Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kritika. I make content on productivity, student life and everything related to it. I know it's been a long time, but it is that time of the year where all of your admissions are starting, so I thought why not post a series on. And in today's video we are going to be looking at Pondicherry University's admission process, how to get into the university and everything related to it, because you guys have sent me a bunch of questions. Now this video is going to be a bit longer, so I would suggest you to grab a cup of tea, coffee or even some snacks, but do not forget on that notepad to note down all the points. Now without any further ado, let's get started. So the first question is how to get into Pondicherry University, and the only answer that you have is through CUET examination, which is nothing but a common university entrance test, which is common, as it says, to all the central government universities and some of the private universities. So this is the only possible way to get into the university. But if you are pursuing a tech, B.Tech courses or M.Tech courses, you can actually get through GATE. But other than that, any other courses, be it UG or PG, you have to get through CUET examination only, and there is no other possible examination. Second question was what courses are offered at Pondicherry University. So there are integrated UG courses, they've got PG courses, PhD and M.Tech or B.Tech courses. I will link the brochure in this video's description so you can browse through it, given all the eligibility details and all of that in that brochure for each and every course. You can check it out. The third frequently asked question was what are the eligibilities for different programs. Actually, as I told before, your CUET is mandatory. That is your primary eligibility criteria. And then if you are actually applying for bachelor's degree, and then it just differs, like in your 12th standard you should have taken certain courses, like certain subjects according to your courses. For example, if you're going to take a life science program for your UG, then you should have come from science background, and it just differs, right? So all of that details are there in the brochure. I'm going to link it down as I told before. And if you're planning to apply for a PG course, then in your UG you should have taken a course that aligns with your PG program. For example, I took food science and nutrition in my PG, so my UG was food processing technology. So in that case you can have like nutrition as your course or any life science related, so biotechnology, agriculture, all of that are eligible for the food science and nutrition. So each of your PG program requires a specific degree from your UG. So all of that is given in detail, so you can check out the brochure for that. The next frequently asked question was about the cutoff. Honestly, it changes every single year and it completely depends on the CUET examination. If it is kind of difficult, the cutoff isn't that really high, and if the paper was quite easy, then the cutoff is really high, because at this point of time people are so competitive and they have been preparing for the CUET examination for months together. So you can literally see a difference in the cutoff, and I'm going to link that as well in the description for you. The next question is about the reservation. So people wanted to know if the admission is through reservation or only merit. It's actually a mix of both. Primarily it's based on the reservation, and your cutoffs are only calculated among your reserved category. Like in general they'll publish like 10 to 15 people, and then in OBC how much ever is there, and then SC ST category, so all of that will be listed. Another important question was what are the documents required for applying for the course at the primary level while applying for your admission. These are the documents that you needed. Please take a screenshot of it, pause the video and just note it down. Another frequently asked question is how does the counseling process work? Okay, this is very important. Let me break down the whole process for you. They will start the admission process. Like you can see the portal is open for admission. Once you've filled up all of your basic details, the university will release at least 3 rounds of merit lists. Okay, the first list will contain, let's say if you're applying for a food science and nutrition program with 50 is the maximum seat for the program, they will release the first merit list with 15 people, 15 people who have secured the primary post for it. That list will also contain the first waiting list, which means if the first 15 people have confirmed their seat and whatever slots are left, whoever's name is on first waiting list will get a chance to fill up the rest of the posts, I mean like the rest of the spots that's available. Now this will continue for at least 3 rounds. That's the maximum, and it depends upon the number of slots available for a program. For example, if a program's got like 100 slots available, the first merit list will contain at least 25 to 30 people. Then it just like goes on like again a 35 and a 35, something of that sort. This is how they would start their counseling process. Now, if your name is on the first merit list itself, you are lucky, and you can go ahead with the payment and you can secure the spot. Some of the people who are on the first merit list do not want to proceed with the admission, do not want to take up the admission, who has already applied for some other university. Those vacant spots will be filled by the people who are on the first waiting list. You know what I'm saying, right? This is how the whole circle is up. The first 20 or 30 is being filled from the first merit list. It will take another week or so to process all of the people who have secured a spot. They will calculate how many spots are still left in that program, and then they'll release the second merit list, which will have names of the people who were there on the first waiting list. Even on this second merit list will be a second set of people who are on the waiting list. This is how the whole cycle works until all of the slots are filled. Example, if the program with 50 seats have filled 40 seats through this whole process, and all of that is done, the rest 10 will go for the spot admission process. Now the next question is, how does this spot admission happen? Can anybody apply for the spot admission, or does it have any criteria? No, it's not like anybody could apply for the spot admission. It's not like that. Now, as I said in the before question, if a course with 50 seats have filled 40 seats through the merit process and there are like 10 seats left, they would post a notification on the website stating that these are the programs which has got these many spots left. Or sometimes they wouldn't actually mention how many spots left, but they would definitely mention which are programs who are open for spot registration. Some of the courses would just fill up in the first 3 merit list itself and there wouldn't be a spot admission. Some of the courses would have spot admissions. Now in this process, again, the whole just like how it happened in the counseling part, that's how they would do it. Now already some of the people would have applied for other universities, and they would have just cancelled the idea of getting into Pondicherry University. In that case, whoever is still available and whoever is still waiting to get into Pondicherry University will apply for it according to your reservation category. Your merit scores, you will be again categorized, and then they will let you know if there are 10 spots available, only the top 10 people would be taken into it. For example, from general category, they'll have like 2 or 3 spots specifically for it. From the OBC, they'll have like 4 to 5, and then from SC again they'll have like again 4 to 5 or something like that, depending on the number of spots that's vacant. If you have not given your CUET examination, and if you think maybe through the spot admission I can get into the university, that will never work, because this is how they will do it. CUET examination is your primary eligibility criteria. Like that is like a mandatory. You have to have CUET score, only then you will be considered for the admission process itself. Now the next question is, can I apply to multiple courses? Actually, yes, you can apply to multiple courses, just to be on the safer side. When I was applying, I applied for both food science and technology and food science and nutrition. I was quite confused on which course to take, so I was just like, I applied to both of them because both of them have similar subjects, and only the main subjects just changes. Like the food science will have certain subjects, and then the nutrition course will have like certain subjects. That's the only difference, but other than that, we do have like combined classes and all of that. So yes, of course you can apply to multiple courses, but while you are paying your admission fee, or like confirming your admission into the university, you will have to choose only one. Like let's say your name is on 2 courses, you've applied for 3 courses, and 2 courses has got your name on the merit list. Now they will ask you to choose any one, so you need to be very clear in which course do you want to take. because once if you're paid your fees for a certain course, you cannot cancel it and then rejoin for another course. You have to be very careful while you're choosing your courses. Be mindful, think about all the pros and cons about the course that you're going to choose. If possible, talk to a senior from that course and get some insights about it, and then decide which one you wanted to choose. So the answer is yes, you can apply to 2 to 3 courses. I would say that is actually a brilliant idea. If you just want to get into the university and you don't really care about the subject, you can work on it. Now, moving on to the next category, there were a lot of questions regarding the campus life and student life. That is the most interesting part and something that I love talking about. So let's get into that question. Now, the first question under that category was, can students from other states apply? Yes, you can. See, the whole concept behind this Pondicherry University thing is that you get to study with people from all walks of life, from different culture, different states, and even people from different countries. Some of the courses do have a lot of NRIs who come from different parts of the world, and you get to experience life with them. That is something that I absolutely loved while studying there. So most of my friends are actually from Kerala, and we had people from Delhi, we have people from all walks of life, actually all parts of the country. There are so many people who come from the eastern India. It's so nice to see their culture, because I've never seen people from eastern side of the country celebrating things. So that was so much fun to look at. And of course, yes, our university celebrates all states, and every program. It's just a beautiful journey. You really need to come and experience it. I can't explain. That's how beautiful the whole campus life is. Now, the next question is, how are the hostel and mess facilities? Okay, talking about the hostel life, it was my first time in a hostel. I've never stayed in a hostel, so this was like my first ever hostel experience. I did struggle a little bit. I wouldn't say it was the worst, time of the whole PG program. No, it wasn't. It was kind of fun, but it just took me some time to get hold of the whole hostel life and taking care of myself and all of that stuff. It's very safe, honestly. The girls hostel, it's very safe. The university itself is pretty safe. You can actually walk into the campus anytime you wanted. Let's say you want to go for a walk at 12 a.m. inside the campus, yes you can. It's that safe. There's always an agile group inside the campus, in a van with a lot of security people. It just goes around the campus and you are safe. And if you look at the campus life video that I posted, like I'm gonna add a tag here or here, like the eye somewhere. I wanted you to go just watch that video, and you will get to know how people just celebrate every single thing. People just gather around in the university and celebrate, and there are people everywhere. Even at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., there's going to be people here and there doing something or the other. So the university is very, very, very safe, especially for ladies. A little detail about the hostel facilities. So the hostel will have either double sharing or triple sharing depending on the program that you're choosing. If you're going to choose PhD program, it's mostly double sharing. If it's a PG program or a UG program, it is triple sharing. There are a lot of hostels for women and men, and it's all built separately. You have all the women hostels in one corner of the university, and all the boys hostel in another set. So all the facilities are there except for laundry. There's no facility for laundry, so you'll have to wash it inside the bathrooms. And there isn't facility for ironing. You'll have to bring your own iron box. There are girls gym and boys gym separately. So there's a small clinic inside the hospital which is open 24/7. For any reasons, any discomfort or anything, you can visit the clinic, and it's actually free of cost. You'll have to pay only for the medicine or the tablet that you're getting. There's no consulting fee or anything of that sort. Rooms are pretty spacious. Even if 3 people are gonna share the room, it's pretty spacious. Each of you would be given separate cots. There would be 2 cupboards where 3 of you would be sharing it. There are like enough shelves. The room is very, very, very spacious. You'll also have 2 study tables which comes with chairs, all of that. You'll have to share the study table and your cupboard. The hostels do not have an attached washroom. It's a common washroom where each of the section of the floors will have separate bathrooms and washrooms. So it's most of the time it's pretty clean and hygienic and it's well maintained. There's this service person who cleans the washroom every single day. They do it actually twice a day, and it's pretty clean. There is no hot water facility. This is something very very important. If you are someone who takes bath only in hot water, it is going to be a struggle, because I had to get used to it. I'm not someone who loves cold shower at all. I'm someone who loves boiling hot water shower. So that was a really really difficult thing to adapt, especially in the winters, because the water is so freaking cold during the winters. But yeah, that's that. And the next question is, are there any clubs, events, or societies in the university? To answer your question, there's lots and lots and lots of extracurricular opportunities inside the campus. You have a lot of opportunities. If you love sports, if you're a person, they've got a really huge ground. You can practice every single day. They've got a badminton court, they've got gym, everything is there. Of course, there are people who can train you, who can mentor you, and it's they've got a lot of things. They've also got a dance club. And talking about celebrations, they celebrate every single festival, right? From Diwali, Pongal, Onam, Bihu, all of your Assamese functions, like festivals and all of that, everything is celebrated. So people from all departments, they celebrate Diwali, Onam as a department function itself, and they invite people from other departments as well. So it's like a whole month of fun activities. Like, you don't have to worry about having fun inside the university, because there is something or the other that keeps happening every single day. Some event, some DJ night, actually a lot of things that's happening inside the university. So I'm pretty sure you will love every single day there. So yeah, that's something that I love about the Pondicherry University. They give equal importance to academics and for fun events. There is no restrictions at all. Will encourage, especially the scholars who are there. They are the backbone of every department. They help us to become this better person. They always give us a lot of opportunities, ideas, and they also support us financially sometimes. From our department to celebrate Onam, Diwali, or be it anything, they're always the scholars who comes forward to help us financially, or even like a moral support, even to get permission from the HOD or beat anybody. They would help us. So that's how the relationship between the students, the scholars, and our professors are. Honestly, as someone who has never experienced a university life or a hostel life, Pondicherry University was the best decision of my life. That's how much I loved, that's how much I enjoyed the whole university. Of course, yes, there's going to be some drawbacks here and there. After all, it's a place where a lot of people gather from different communities, from different walks of life. So there would be some issues here and there, but just make sure you don't get into it. Make sure that you enjoy the whole university life, because the 2 years that you're going to study inside the Pondicherry University would just finish in. It just feels like you've studied only for days, not even months. 2 years would be gone just like that, and you will definitely miss the university when you outside, because the whole campus, the vibe, the people, every single thing inside that university has impacted so many people, and I am definitely one of them. Forever be grateful to be a part of Pondicherry University. Now, back to the other question. Does Pondicherry University have library facilities, labs, etc.? If yes, how well equipped are they? Oh my god, this is such a brilliant question and very, very important question. So, Pondicherry has got the biggest library in, I think, in the whole of South India, because they have so many resources, right? From books, ebooks, journals, and so many things that you can access for your project works, or even just to read and chill in the library. Of course, yes, they've got a separate room as a reading room with AC, Wi-Fi connections, and cable connections on each and every table. It is such a sophisticated reading room, which I absolutely love. For our project work, I would definitely end up there for hours together and finish my project work. It's such a nice place. When you enter that reading room and you see everybody else reading and studying something or the other, you become productive unconsciously. Like, You don't even have to push yourself to do it, you will just do it automatically. That's the whole vibe of the study room. Best thing about the Pondicherry University is that they give importance to research and development, especially when it comes to practical aspect of it. You will find all the equipments and apparatus that's required for your practical programs, everything. Even if you wanted to do a project work for a specific topic, you will find all the apparatus, all the equipments that's required for it in your department. That's how well equipped the labs are. Does the university have dress code? Actually, no, there's no dress code. You can wear jeans, you can wear anything you wanted. Just make sure that it's appropriate for the situation. You'll be inside a classroom, so just dress up accordingly. But other than that, for any event or anything of that sort, even inside the campus, you can wear anything you wanted. There is no restrictions. There, it's absolutely safe. As I told before, it is a safe place. You can wear whatever you wanted. Another important question is about the fee structure. So for each and every program, the fee structure is quite different. All of the UG programs have a similar fee structure, and then the PG and PG diploma, they have a separate fee structure. For the PhD, it's all different. I'm going to drop a link in the description. You can check out that for all the details related to fees. I'm going to show you a sample here. Now if you look at the whole fee structure, everything that's included in your fees will be listed down here. The tuition fee, if there's any specific fee that's required for anything specific, it is all mentioned here, so you can look at it to get a idea. I'm gonna attach the link in the description for every single courses, so you can browse through that. Okay, the video is getting pretty lengthier, so I'm gonna end this video here, and I will see you in the part 2, where I'll be covering about placements, internship, your project work, and everything related to that in the second part. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because there's a lot of content lined up for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.